I crazy? Am I really crazy?
Don't answer that. Comments below, maybe. I've just gone out and bought a complete filter set comprising of 8 filters, 4 neutral density grey and 4 grey graduate filters as well, which fit the Cokin P system perfectly, and a filter holder that comes with it, and 9 filter rings ranging from 49mm to 82, and a wallet to put those filters in. No brainer. So how much did it cost me? Well, if I bought the lease system, that would have been £850 plus. But no, this was all of £12.50. But I thought I must give them a try. You see, I don't use filters very much. I only use UV filters. In fact, I keep UV filters on all my lenses to protect them. I mean, Fuji lenses, any lenses for most cameras, are very expensive. So I keep a UV on all the time. Suffice to say, when I saw these for £12.50 on eBay, I thought, wow, that's a no-brainer, guys. Yeah, I'll buy them. All I have at the moment are a couple of Cokin P filters, a 3-stop neutral density filter and a 2-stop soft edge Grad. Fine, that's about all you need. Oh, and a polarizer. So have I bought a load of tack? Well, we're about to find out. We're going to go out and take a few photos and see if they're any good. Okay, off to the field. Yeah. Well, as you can see, it's a perfect evening, and I don't really need any filters whatsoever, but I've taken a couple of shots. Got it. With and without a UV filter. When you expose them for the actual subject, which is the landscape itself, you don't want the sky to be blown out, so that's when a Grad filter will be very, very useful, I'm sure. Are these filters I've bought all for £12.50? Now gone up. Sorry, I'm vlogging. I'm not talking to myself. Well, I am really. I'm talking to the camera. Not £13.22. Not £13.22, which has gone up 72p on eBay already. So suffice to say, are they any good? We'll find out. Okay, so the procedure is manual exposure, manual focus is the best option. Meter first, set your exposure, lock that in, drop your filter down to an appropriate height, level. Hard to see in the viewfinder how much effect it's having, so just look around the front and drop it down about 2/3. Well, the dark area, if you've got 2/3 of sky, of course. You can also invert these. I mean, if you've got a very bright area, you don't have to use it necessarily in the sky. You might be over water, it might be blown out the water. And another Gladiator rip-off. Now, I've discovered that some of these Grads and NDs are somewhat less dense than described. Well, given their budget price, it's hardly surprising, but we'll see later. Here I am, hopefully for the final attempt to get this in the can. These cheapo filters and the results they will produce. We shall see. I'm only going to use 4 of the filters, 2 of the Grads, 2 of the NDs. And that's because 1-stop and 2-stop, they look almost identical actually. So I'm just doing the 3-stop and the 4-stop on both sets of the filters, neutral density and graduated. Okay, so I've already taken some pictures which I'll show later. They look okay, but we'll get them on Lightroom and then we'll have a look a little closer. Apertures around f9, f10, shutter speed was down to about a 30th of a second without any filters. But progressively, as I put filters on, and the last shot I took was with the 3-stop and 4-stop combined neutral density filters, that was like down to about 20 seconds. So, you know, at f9, nothing else changed. When you're photographing, maybe with the sun over your shoulder, there's no sun today, typically, is to use a piece of black card or even use your body to stand just behind the camera, prevent any light rays coming in and causing reflections. Similarly, actually, if you're shooting towards the sun, and if we do get any tonight, that'll be a treat. Stand by the side of your camera, but use your body, use that to block any sunlight, because if you're shooting obliquely to the sun as well, you can get reflections. A matte box is ideal if you can get one with your filter system. I mean, this is a very basic filter system, and as you can see here, just whiz this round, it's fairly loose. The ring's not rotating, just the holder. Did you know, interesting little fact, that CR39 resin, which these filters apparently are made of, was developed in the 1940s, and it has the ability to detect radiation. Yeah, can you believe that? I'm rapidly running out of time here, so I've really got to move quickly. Okay, I would normally use 2 hands for this, but oh bugger. Okay, this time I have 2/3 landscape, 1/3 sky. Because the stream there, a little bit more interesting, I think. Yeah, just a little bit. Right. Okay, so I think that will just about do it. Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh God! So much for the beautiful sunset. Magnifical sunset. There we go. Okay, so this is what we've got with a 2-stop, and I'm just now going to put the well, I put the 4-stop, 3-stop, 4-stop. The first one's a 3-stop, now it's a 4-stop. Great. I don't know what I'm doing. I've lost the will to live. I guess you guys have too, probably by now. Here we go. When you're working over a bridge and over a stream like I am right now, you really have to be careful you don't drop your filter in the drink. And if it was your £100 10-stop big stopper Lee filter, you'd be a little bit sad, wouldn't you? But these, well, you can just chuck them in there. It doesn't matter, they'll float away. Okay, I'm going to nip over to a little waterfall behind me, about 100 metres up there, small waterfall, and we'll do a time exposure using one of the neutral density filters. So though it's so dark now, you wouldn't even need to use it to get a nice lot of blur and foam. So, but we'll try it anyway for an extended, really misty waterfall. Very trite, very overdone, but anyway, what the hell, we'll enjoy it. So, one picture without any filter, just an extended exposure, maybe half a second or something, which is usually enough for most waterfalls, and then one several seconds, because it's pretty dark up there. Okay, let's go. Using the Cokin P160 polarizer for the first time in years reminded me of just how useful they are. It's a linear polarizer, and just because it's round doesn't mean it's circular. There is a difference, a technical difference. Better Google that for precise info. So look out for the polarizer in action, coming up in a few moments. I've just been doing a few shots in my Cokin polarizer filter, dialed in and then dialed out, as you'll see. And unfortunately, my Cokin polarizer doesn't fit, well, it's not unfortunate really, to be honest. It doesn't fit the cheapo filter system, exhaust, whatever it's called. It doesn't fit their holder, so I had to use my Cokin holder, just as well I brought that. So to sum up, guys, yeah, £12.50, bargain. Well, it might be 13 quid now, so go out and buy one. Great for testing out, you can see then what works for you, and then go and buy a decent set. As I would strongly advise. As I've already alluded to, these filter densities are not exactly as stated, all being half a stop to a stop less than actually described. Still, these are very much a budget option, so fun to experiment with nonetheless. Surprise benefit to me is my old polarizer. It hasn't seen the light of day for years, but you know, after these experiments with the Grads and the NDs, I'm so glad I brought it with me. It's going to get a lot more use from now on, I'm sure. Summing up, folks, I would say they're great value for money, great to experiment with anyway, and to sort out and find and discover what works best for you regarding the strength of the filters, whether you need soft edge, hard edge, medium edge, because all those variables are available in the more expensive filter systems like Nissy or Lee, Cokin Z. So, and also another little tip, incidentally, if you're shooting with really wide angle lens most of the time, you may want a 100mm filter system. When I was shooting full frame with the Nikon D610s, I had the 14 to 24 Nikon. Beautiful, beautiful, sharp, ultra wide angle lens. But if you used a filter system on that, like the Lee for example, you need the 150mm super wide filter system. Very expensive and rarely used. But at the end of the day, you'll have a lot of fun with these filters, and that's what it's all about. That's what photography is mostly about. It is for me now, anyway, mostly. Well, it always has been, but more so now. Okay, folks, please subscribe if you like. I'll see you soon. Cheers. Oh yeah, that reminds me.